This is a story about going to Bolivia to see a total eclipse. We went to La Paz, the capital of Bolivia, which is at 14,000 feet. And the instant you get off the airplane, what you do is you go, because there's no air. It's cold, it's dry, and there's only 50% oxygen. But we were going to see a total eclipse of the sun with a bunch of physicists who study these things. So we left La Paz at midnight. 6 hours, the guy at the car rental office had said. 3 hours to get to Oruro, and then another 3 to get to Severullo. An hour later, we were the only car on the road, racing across the Altiplano about 60 miles an hour. Enrique drove while Julia curled up on a bright blue poncho in the front seat and took a nap. I lay in back, and I pictured our car. I could see it as if it was a small dot of light speeding along ancient Inca trails high up in this desert landscape. We passed through tiny towns with names like Patacamaya, Sicaisa, Sica Caracoya. My head was resting against the window, and I could feel the vibrations of the car and hear a hum that reminded me of my father's old Buick. I was 10 years old then, and we were driving home late at night. Music was playing on the radio. My dog had settled his head in my lap, and I fell asleep. And somewhere after Oruro, I was jarred awake when the wheels hit a rut and violently pulled the car to one side. It was reassuring, I guess, to see we were in an area where Enrique could fall asleep and we would hit nothing for miles. The landscape was barren, illuminated only by the dim light of stars. And there was an astonishing canopy of them overhead. In Bolivia, south of the equator, the constellations hung upside down. Orion's sword stood up from his belt, and at 14,000 feet, I was getting a headache. As each mile passed, breathing became a conscious effort. Saruche, Enrique called it, altitude sickness. I tried to take slow, deep gulps of air, and Enrique gave me coca tea from his thermos. And then there was nausea and chill, followed by migraine-like flashes. I pulled a spare jacket over my legs. I cupped my head in my hands, and I tried to force myself to go to sleep. Months ago I had asked, 4,000 meters? What is that? Is that 12,000 feet? Actually, it's more like 13,200, I was told by a hiker friend. It will help you avoid cloud cover, but it's murder on a body. You should try to arrive a few days early to acclimatize. The bumps in the road became more severe. I was shivering and dizzy. Are you all right, Julia asked. How are you feeling? I've been better, thanks, I said.